Hi, I'm Saba Hocek from Self-Empowered Minds. We're going to talk about gaining clarity. So one way to gain clarity is through EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And the process is that you're basically touching on different acupressure points and in a sense going into a meditative or hypnotic state. By doing so, we're going to gain mental clarity for a particular issue. So this works really well if there's something that is on your mind that's bothering you. Let's say that you're frustrated, that you're unable to lose weight. So what we're going to do is start off, and the way I do it is slightly different from the standard way, and I'll explain the difference. Also, you can find tons of different YouTube method showings, instruction on EFT as well. So we start off by tapping on the karate chop of your hand. So that's from the pinky down, the palm area, or the hand area on the side. That's referred to as the karate chop area. And using your other hand, and basically 4 fingers, you're just going to tap on there. And you start off by saying, even though I love and respect myself, I can't stand that I'm not losing weight. Now, what we're going to do is there's various different points that you tap on. So first of all, what I like to, I suggest always, is when we tap, we're going to do alternate taps, meaning right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. Why I do this goes back to the video that I had done on reducing negative thoughts. It's the bilateral stimulation. Right side of your brain is emotional, left side of your brain is logical. When we have bilateral motions, whatever that may be, it helps to balance between the emotional side of your brain and the logical. We want to implement both those things when we're making decisions. So again, we start off with the karate chop. Even though I love and respect myself, I am so frustrated that I am not losing weight. Now, just stop for a moment and think about 0 to 10, how much is it really bothering you? And maybe you'll say, it's a 7. Maybe if there was more than 10, I'd say it was more than 10. Just make a mental note of how much that really bothers you. Then we're going to come up to the crown of our head, and you're just venting. There is no right or wrong to this. Remember, the goal is to just take us into this sort of meditative state, and we're touching on different acupressure points that are helping to stimulate. So we're going to start tapping on the crown of our head. It frustrates me so much. I've been trying to lose weight for years and I still can't, and on and on. Just go ahead and vent, vent, vent. Then we come right between the eyebrows. Continue. Then you're going to come to the right and left of your temple area, basically. And remember, you're tapping lightly. Don't go hurting yourself in this process. And again, I like to do it as alternate taps. And then it's below the eyes. Vent, vent, vent. There's no right or wrong in terms of how much time you're spending at each location. Do it for whatever feels right to you. After the below the eyes, then you come above the lip. then below the lip. So remember, it's simply, you're going from the crown to between the brows, right and left side of the eyes, the under the eyes, above the lip, below the lip. Once I finish this, I'm done with the venting. Now I want to talk in terms of positive. So you have your arms crossed, you're right on the collarbone, and you're going to tap right, left, and this time you're going to say, I know I can do this. I've lost weight before, I can do it again. Positive, positive, positive. Then you go, again, crossing your arms, and for women, it's right on the bra strap area. So basically right on the ribs. And again, I'm alternating my taps, all in a very positive. I've done so many things. I know once I put my mind to something, I can do it. I've got a healthy, strong body. I know I can be persistent with this. Take a deep breath in, blow it out. When you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And just stop, and there's two things you're gonna do at this point. 1, 0 to 10, how much is it bothering me? So maybe now I'm at a 6. Then you're going to say, okay, second point. Is there anything else that came to mind at this time? So maybe suddenly, while I was going through my tapping process, I suddenly thought about an incident where somebody at school made fun of the way I looked. Then that's what you need to tap on next. That's your subconscious mind informing you that this is something that needs healing. So you stop at that point and you take a deep breath in. 0 to 10. How much does it bother me that that person made fun of me when I was at the way I looked when I was a kid in school? Well, you know, even though it's been years, I'm still bothered by it. It hurt. It's still like, you know, I can feel it and my stomach turns with it. It's like an 8. Then now you're going to tap on that. So you'd start off, even though I love and respect myself, it really bothers me and hurts me that that person was so mean and made fun of me. And again, you're going through the same process. Crown of your head, tapping, vent, vent, vent. I can't stand it when people are mean. Kids can be so mean sometimes. This is ridiculous that they should make fun of me like that. Continue to vent all the way through until you get to the collarbone and say, you know, when I look back now, I was a cute kid. Maybe the kid was jealous. Yeah, I was cute. I was very sweet. I was overly forgiving. And then you're gonna go to the rib cage or bra strap area. Deep breath in, blow it out. 0 to 10, how's it feeling now? Did any other thoughts come up? If you've brought it down maybe to a 6 at this point, you go through it again and keep on running through until you can bring it down to a number you are comfortable with. That may be a 4, a 2, it may be a 0. But you want to bring it down and repeat, and you'll find that each time you repeat the process, it gets less and less effective. And again, always checking in did any other thoughts come up? Any other memories? Okay? And check out those other YouTubes. There's some great YouTubes out there that talk all about the EFT. It's a wonderful method, very helpful. And one last thing with that, obviously you don't want to be there, waiting at the subway station doing your tapping like this. But even if you are in public, just thinking about those spots that you're tapping on will also be effective. Okay? Happy tapping. So here's another method for gaining clarity. Let's assume that you're struggling with what to do. And let's say that something happened with a friend and you want to speak to them, but you're a little bit worried whether you should actually bring up this subject or not. So what you want to do is basically get out of your own head. What happens is that we start to get tunnel vision. We're thinking too much in the same pattern. And this is why sometimes talking it out with somebody else is very helpful, even if the other person isn't saying anything. Just talking that out, hearing it aloud will give clarity. In this particular method, we're going to take that one step further. So I may say, it really sort of bothered me what Sally had said, and I really want to sit down and have a talk with her. And you're going to change seats, literally. Get up and move out of that seat. Now you're going to be the opposing thought. Other one may say, well, you know what? It's really not like her character to be saying something like that. So maybe there was another reason. Well, I'm not really sure what other reason there could be. But yeah, I guess she's never really done this before. But I still think I should talk to her. Well, maybe you should wait until you're not as angry. Or maybe you could ask her, you seemed not yourself the other day. Was something bothering you? Oh, not a bad idea. I could then ask, was something bothering you? And if she said no, she's probably going to ask, well, why? And then I could tell her what was bothering me and calmly bring some clarity to all of this and resolve the issue. So you see, by playing the two parts, because there's always two sides to everything. So by playing those two sides, you can help yourself to gain the clarity. And again, speaking out loud, just hearing what you're saying, helps tremendously. Another good clarity exercise, and there's an added benefit to it, and that's that you end up being really clean. No, you heard me right, clean. Taking a shower is one of the best ways to gain clarity. And I never quite understood why it worked years back, but whenever I would get stuck on a problem and I took a shower, everything would become crystal clear for me. Whether it was my background is in software engineering, so I used to do a lot of programming. Whether it was in programming, whether it was just how to resolve a particular personal problem, but the shower always helped. And it wasn't until I got into hypnosis that I figured out why. So we all know that water is soothing. We have fountains, we like to sit by the water. The sound of water calms the mind. So you're in a shower, you're hearing this water, it's calming the mind. At the same time, as the shower is coming down, it's actually hitting on various different acupressure points that are beneficial for clearing the mind and relaxing. Additionally, what are you doing in the shower? You're scrubbing. Not much mental energy going on there. So it's easy to just almost go into that sort of meditative state of just scrubbing. That frees the mind to now, in the background, process and figure out a solution to whatever your problem is. So stay clean and you'll gain clarity.